The next, the Honorable Member for Nkana.
Madam Speaker, I want to thank you for this opportunity. First of all, Madam Speaker, I'm a bearer of a message of gratitude from the people of Nkana to His Excellency the President for having gifted us the Chiburuma Road. I equally want to thank you, Madam Speaker, that you provided a platform for me on behalf of the people of Nkana to continue to press over the need for us to attend to Chiburuma Road. For it had been a very thorny issue, and I'm glad, and I want to, through you and everyone here, to say thank you to the President for a promise fulfilled. Madam Speaker, I want to speak to two issues that were highlighted in the presidential speech, namely the issues of the mines, because I come from a mining constituency. Now, of course, I want to take note that government has announced that it has reached an agreement with KCM. What we wait to see is actions. There is a revelation that Vedanta is going to pump in $1 billion over 5 years. What we wait to see is when this will translate into actions. Madam Speaker, you are aware a lot of contractors and suppliers have been owed for many years. Some of them have had their properties repossessed by banks because they had gone to borrow to service the orders that they got from KCM. So again, we want to see, when does this pronouncement translate into actions? When do contractors and suppliers begin to receive the payment for goods they supplied to KCM? These are things that would like the Minister of Mines to come and give a much elaborate statement to highlight all these, particularly the operation order over the issue of KCM. I sit and share the larger part of KCM, and for over 2 years, Madam Speaker, government has continued to assure us that they are going to resolve the issue of Mopani. Madam Speaker, the people of Nkana are yearning and waiting. When is this pronounced resolution going to be arrived at? Because, Madam Speaker, with all the happenings at Mopani, our people's lives are in chaos. And we hope that a resolution could be reached very soon. Now, Madam Speaker, for me, I think that the copper mining sector, we've gotten a raw deal, and it has been overrated. For many times, Madam Speaker, mining companies have cried to government for a favorable tax regime. Not long ago, Madam Speaker, we gifted the mining companies by way of making the mineral royalty tax deductible, on the promise that it was going to spur investment, number one. It was also going to enable them to employ many Zambians. What have we seen happening, Madam Speaker? The opposite has been seen happening as we speak. Number one, the projected production figures of copper have continued to go down, when they promised that if we attend to the issue of the tax regime, the copper production figures will begin to rise up to 3 million tons in the next decade. We've lost 2 years. As we anticipate the production of the figures for 2023, Madam Speaker, the figures have plummeted further. The mining companies have duped us. They are liars, Madam Speaker. So, what does it speak to us? Perhaps we need to look to other mining facets. Here we are talking about gold deposits. We are not only talking about Kasenseri, we are talking about Mpika, we are talking about Lundazi and all the eastern parts of Zambia. We are talking about Mumbwa. Doesn't it bother us, Madam Speaker, that we could be sitting on huge deposit of gold, yet this country continues to have these challenges we are having? Because gold, Madam Speaker, would have taken us above this troubled water in terms of the economy. So, Madam Speaker, I challenge the New Dawn government. Enough of the copper, because we are getting a raw deal out of copper. Why don't we focus on, for argument's sake, Sugelite? I have given calculations of how much Sugelite is costing. Madam Speaker, for argument's sake, if you go to the internet, Sugelite is costing $15 per carat. That translates to $75,000 per ton. That's a lot of money, Madam Speaker. That 14 tons of Sugelite that is sitting in Kabwe, by what is on the internet, can give us $1 billion. Madam Speaker, anyone who has anything contrary to what I'm saying can come and challenge me. So what I'm saying is that we have a lot of minerals that can help us rise above our troubled water in terms of the economy. Why are we not pursuing them aggressively? Why are we not paying attention? It can take us 2 years, Madam Speaker, to resolve the issue of Kasensed. There were no problems that would take us 2 years to resolve. Why hasn't the Minister of Mines come to give us comprehensive statement over Sugelite, over lithium, over gold? Because that is what would help us rise above these challenges, not this copper. These are just duping us, Madam Speaker. So for me, I want to place it. Our priorities are wrong. Let's stop focusing on copper. Let's focus on these lucrative minerals. The world today is going clean energy. The lithium in Mapatisia can help us rise above this problem, Madam Speaker. Why are we sleeping? Why are we sleeping? Madam Speaker, good governance, the rule of law. The rule of law, Madam Speaker, entails the rule by the law. It forbids arbitrary exercise of power. A young man in my constituency today, I went to the Minister of Home Affairs yesterday, has been in police custody. Today is the 9th day over a charge of theft and criminal trespass, a bogus charge. 9 days, for crying out loud. Whatever we expect to be treated, however we expect to be treated, is the same way we should treat citizens. There's no justification why a young